Hi everyone, good afternoon. Am I audible and visible? Okay. All right. So let us begin with this session. A quick look at again certain important topics. All right, which is your health communication, which is gained a lot of importance these days, guys. Also, we are having health planning and health management. Okay, so these are the top three topics that we will be doing today. Okay, very extremely important for all of you. All these topics. Okay, so without much ado, let me just start. All right, okay, chalo. So the first thing we'll be picking up is health education and communication. Okay, so what is the definition of this? Anything from this topic, okay, can be asked as definitions also. The process by which individuals learn to behave in a manner conducive to promotion, maintenance and restoration of health. What do you call it as? This is also an MCQ which can come in your exam. An exact definition is what they are asking you here. So what is the definition? What is the correct answer over here? Anybody, what is the correct answer over here? Can you tell me? The process by which individuals learn to behave. I can't see your messages. 1 second. Kya ho gaya? Okay, are you writing something? All right, okay, so what is the answer to this? What is it? This definition is nothing but health education. Okay, the process by which individuals learn to behave in a manner conducive to the promotion and maintenance of health is health education. And one more information I want to give you, one more definition which can come in your exams. Exchange of ideas, information. ठीक है, exchange of ideas, information. What is this definition? Exchange of ideas and information. This is nothing but health communication. Okay, this is nothing but health communication. So you need to remember two definitions over here. What is the definition of health education and what is the definition of health communication? Okay, because both of these are PYQ. They've also asked you health education and they've also asked you health communication. Okay, all right, now let us move to the next thing. All right, first question which was asked in Jan 2023. Okay, by mistake मैंने आंसर लिख दिया है. बताओ इसका आंसर बताओ. Which of the following statements is true about health propaganda? So there is something known as health propaganda and health education. So which over here is true about health propaganda? Like I think you've already seen the answer to it. By mistake it was there. We all know that health propaganda is something that appeals to emotions. Okay, health propaganda is something which is appealing to emotion. So I just want all of you to revise the difference between health education and health propaganda. Now if I ask you guys, which one out of these is reflective and which one out of these is reflexive? Can you tell me? Reflective किस में करते हो? In which of the forms, whether it's health education or health propaganda, will you reflect first? So reflective is, remember, health education, and reflex. Okay, like I say, let's go outside and beat someone. Okay, so you're so influenced by me that you will not even give it a thinking. It will be your direct reflex that you will say, okay ma'am, let's go. So that is health propaganda. Okay, so remember this, very important. So this has just come latest in Jan 2023. So we need to know the difference between health education as well as health propaganda, guys. Okay, so let me go to that table directly. In health education, knowledge and skills are actively acquired, so it relies on active thinking. Here I am instilling facts into the minds of people. Okay, I'm telling you that this is correct, do this. Okay, so health education is helping you develop as an individual. Propaganda will not help you develop as an individual. Health education में, like I said, reflective. You will reflect that why should I do this, and यहाँ पे propaganda में reflex. Your reflexes will directly act. So education, you are reasoning, you are questioning yourself. In propaganda, we are simply playing by the law of emotions. Okay, so basically education will help bring about a change in your attitude. Propaganda will not bring about any change in your attitude. Okay, now definition of health communication हमने देख लिया है. Now next important thing is, what is communication cycle? What is the answer here? Which of the following is correct sequence of various components of the communication process? बोलो. रिमेंबर अमिताभ बच्चन का एक ऐड है, वेरी सेज पोलियो की 2 बूंदे कैन सेव अ चाइल्ड्स लाइफ. 2 drops of polio can save a child's life. So what is Amitabh Bachchan in that? Okay, so someone has written C. Most of you are writing C. Absolutely correct. And health education and communication is a very commonly asked chapter these days. Okay, so यहाँ पे absolutely correct हो गया है sender. Okay, first there is a sender. The sender frames a message. All right. Okay, the message he wants to be delivered via a proper channel to the audience. Okay, and from the audience we take the feedback. So when I ask you Amitabh Bachchan saying that polio's 2 drops will save life, so what is Amitabh Bachchan? Is it the message or is it the sender? What is Amitabh Bachchan, guys? क्या वो message है या वो sender है? What is Amitabh Bachchan? Is he the message or is he the sender? Obviously Amitabh Bachchan is not the message, he is not the sender also. Okay, Amitabh Bachchan क्या है? Amitabh Bachchan, when he is saying polio's 2 drops will save life, he is an important channel, he is not a message. अमिताभ बच्चन ने मैसेज थोड़ी फ्रेम किया है. ऑल राइट. ओके, द मैसेज इज यूजली फ्रेम्ड बाय अ सेंडर विच कैन बी अ गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और अ नॉन गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ओके, Amitabh Bachchan is just a proper channel through which the message will be delivered because he is known to everyone. Okay, so this was a question which came, and the other manner in which the question came in June 2022. Can you see over here? A hand washing awareness session was conducted in a community. The correct sequence of events here is, अब ये क्या है? Now this is a part of communication cycle only. Okay, how will an audience adopt something? ये उसका part है. So anybody with the answer? This is a question from my communication cycle only, the one that you've just seen. Okay, this is a question from communication cycle only, guys, जो तुमने अभी देखा है. So कैसे होता है? See, there is a sender is framing a message is going through via a proper channel to the audience. Okay, audience is the, you could say, the receiver, audience/receiver, और इनसे हम क्या लेते हैं? We take a proper feedback. Now everybody, when you talk about the audience over here, okay, when you talk about the audience over here, guys, like if you tell me that go and vaccinate your child, okay, the message should sound interesting. It should first generate an awareness. All right, then I will only think of doing something if it is interesting. Okay, if it motivates me, okay, then I'm going to actually evaluate that giving vaccine to my child will really save the life of my child, and finally I'm going to adopt it. And there's one more step of disseminate. Once I adopt it, I'll also ask my friends to do the same. Did you understand this order? First, the message generates an awareness in us. It sounds interesting to us. We get motivated to adopt it. Okay, then finally we evaluate it that yes, it is a good thing that it is there. खुला है मीठी. And then we will adopt it, and then finally we will disseminate it. Okay. All right. So this correct order यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? Option B. All right, correct order is option B. Clear everyone? This is a very important question which if you see in your textbook of Park the communication cycle, you will see this order generated: awareness, interest, motivation, evaluation, adoption and dissemination. Okay, next one. Now we all know there are one-way and two-way communication. So what is a one-way communication here? यहीं पे ले आओ मीठी, यहीं पे ले आओ, यहाँ पे write down. Okay, or you rest, whatever you want to do. Chalo, what is the answer to this one? This is again a very very important PYQ. Okay, one way or two way, जो भी आपको इसका आंसर है बताओ. Okay, some are saying A, some are saying B, some are saying C. ऐसा क्यों? One-way communication. What is the other name for one-way communication? That has been asked to you. Okay, one-way communication का दूसरा नाम क्या है? Now, how had we learnt it, guys? When you talk about the types of communication, okay, whenever we talk about the types of communication, okay, it is of two types. There is a one-way type and also there is a two-way type. Now, when I say one-way, I told you it is didactic. Okay, didactic is the word. Technically, di मतलब होता है two and more. Okay, but when we say one-way, we call it didactic. And when we say two-way, everybody, it is Socratic. So I asked you here, what was the answer? What was the question over here? One way. So what is the answer to that one way? How many of you wrote B? Very good. The answer to that is didactic, right? I am just asking you example of one-way communication. So one-way communication को see one मतलब one, but di मतलब two and more. Okay, two and more. Are you understanding? Two and more. So it's an irony. Like we are saying one way, but we are representing it with a word which means more than one. So one way हो गया didactic and two way हो गया everybody Socratic. Okay. Visual, now visual could be anything. Okay, like when we are looking at TV. Okay, visual. Visual is ideally in which mode of communication are you sitting? Okay, TV में it is one way, right? All right. So that is how you have to figure out. But यहाँ पे simple पूछा था one way और two way क्या है? So give me some examples of one way communication. No, the name of one way, other name is didactic, and here we have two way. Two way का दूसरा नाम क्या है everybody? Socratic. Okay, give me examples of one way. What is lecture, guys? Most important lecture that we are supposed to take in colleges, and the one I'm currently taking also is one way. Okay, then TV, newspaper, okay, internet, all these things, okay, they are all one way methods of communication. Two way में क्या होता है? We'll be studying all of it. Focus group discussion, panel discussion, symposium. Radio is also one way. Very good. Symposium हो गया, ठीक है. Conference हो गया, all right. Conference हो गया, seminar हो गया, workshop हो गया, all right. Then anything else that you know over here? Demonstration. Okay, any of this can come in your exam. Demonstration, role play, all these are two way. Now the different ways in which we can reach out to the audience, the different ways in which we can reach out to the audience, guys. Okay, you can reach out to them on an individual approach. ये भी PYQ है. Okay, which out of the following is a individual approach? Which out of the following is a mass approach? Which out of the following is a group approach? Hanky. Which out of the following is an individual approach? Which out of the following is a mass approach? Which is a group approach? So when we talk about individual approach, guys, we have group approach also, and we have mass approach. Individual approach में क्या हो गया? We can go and counsel the person. Okay, we can take interviews. All right, we can go for home visits. Okay, home visits. Mass approach means we are going for a very bigger audience. So in this TV, radio, newspaper, I want you to remember mailing. Okay, direct mailing. This is a mass approach. Okay, one mail can be sent to a number of people. All right, then you have folk methods. Okay, folk methods, they are also mass approach. Then you have health exhibitions and or not just health, exhibitions and museums. Okay, exhibitions and museums, all these are ways to reach a bigger audience. Group approach में क्या क्या आता है, guys? What are the group approach में? The group approach में there are a lot of methods that we just did. Lecture, FGD, panel, okay, symposium, all these are group methods. Delphi, know this term. Delphi Delphi is also a group method. Okay, it can come in your exam. Delphi. All right, this is a PYQ. They have asked Delphi is an individual method, group method, or mass approach. So Delphi क्या है? Delphi is also a group method. Okay. Then you have what? Workshop. Okay, you have workshop. You have seminar. All right. You have conference. All these are your group approaches. Very good. ठीक है? Will you remember this? The most confusing that students come up with is, ma'am, direct mailing क्या है? Mailing is a mass approach. ठीक है? So done with the first two parts we have done. Types of communication, one way, two way. Approaches is individual, group, as well as mass approach. Chalo, now another MCQ which turned up in Jan 2023. Quickly let's discuss from this topic. During a vaccination drive, a male patient asked the preceding doctor if the recommended vaccine can lead to impotency. What type of barrier is he addressing? Anybody, what is the answer to this? Physical barrier. Is he addressing physical barrier, environmental, physiological, cultural? So now we know it's cultural. See, what is physical barrier? Okay, physical barrier is when somebody has hearing difficulties, physically you're not well. Okay, physical barrier means some hearing difficulties, some vision disturbances. Okay, like physically the person is not well, so we are not able to communicate. Environmental, like now I'm teaching, if there's a lot of noise in the background, will you be able to hear me? No. Okay, so environmental barriers become like noise in surroundings. Okay, things like that, something which will not let my voice reach out to you. Okay, physiological barrier again. Okay, physiological barrier can be like, you know, emotionally you are disturbed. Okay, some emotional disturbances can be there. Okay, but when we are talking about some cultures, we are talking about beliefs, okay, we are talking about customs, when they don't let us communicate, that is what is cultural barrier, as seen in this question. All right, next one. Which of the following is Socratic method? What? Okay, which of the following is Socratic method of teaching? Okay, which of the following is Socratic method of teaching? All right. Okay, Harshal. Socratic, guys. फिर अरे ध्यान से सोचो. Why are you all writing? Very good, very good. Not A, not at all A. Lecture was didactic. Very good. Socratic, again remember it is two-way, right? Socratic मतलब two-way. Just remember if it comes in your exam, मैम ने बोला था one way का मतलब, one way, the word is one, but it is reflected by a word which means two and above. So one way में हो गया didactic. Okay, and when I talk about Socratic, it is two way. So out of this, panel is two way. Okay, all right, moving to the next question. Giving class in a, this is Jan 2023, giving class in a village for wound care after a dog bite by enacting it is which mode of health communication? What is your answer over here, guys? This is which mode? One of the favorite PYQs. This is one of the favorite PYQs, guys. क्या है आंसर? वेरी गुड, एवरीबडी नोज नाउ. दिस इज डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन. ओके, डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन believes in the principle of learning by doing. All right, it believes in the principle of learning by doing, and it also believes in the principle of seeing is believing. Okay, learning by doing and seeing is believing. All right, demonstration is a technique which is used. It has been asked as PYQ before also, when we want to teach a community about ORS use. Okay, or we want to teach a community about what? Application of scabies ointment. Okay, we want to teach a community about application of scabies ointment, or we want to teach a community about ORS use. So हम लोग क्या use करेंगे? The technique demonstration. ठीक है, very very important. Okay, let's have a look at another MCQ. This is a PYQ, has been asked 2 to 3 times, guys. Let us see what is your answer. All are true about panel discussion except, yes, BP monitoring and all can also be done. What is the answer here? Never give up is saying C. Himanshu D. Guys, पैनल डिस्कशन एंड सिम्पोजियम, कुछ पढ़ो ना पढ़ो इस टॉपिक से ये ज़रूर पढ़ना. इट्स वन ऑफ द फेवरेट PYQs of exams. Okay, it's one of the favorite PYQs of exam. Okay, so we are discussing the difference between panel discussion and we are discussing symposium. Now the first thing that you need to know over here is both are two-way. Yes, both are two-way, right? Both are two-way. Two-way means again Socratic. Okay, both are two-way. In both, guys, हमारे पास क्या होता है? In both of these we have what? We have 4 to 8 experts. Okay, इसमें भी 4 to 8 experts है. Here also we have 4 to 8 experts. But in a panel you will have no set agenda. Okay, there is no set agenda. Like if I am inviting someone to participate in a panel, okay, I will not tell him that you have to speak after this person or this is the agenda or this is your topic. Just remember the news channel. Okay, you can remember news channel, what they do, that is like a panel. Okay, no set agenda, there are no set speeches. Okay, there is no set order of speaking, anybody can speak after anyone. Okay, no set order of speaking. But in symposium there is always a set agenda. Okay, there is a set speeches, like you've been taught, like they've been told कि this is, like they've prepared their speech. Okay, and they've also been told, given the duration that you have to speak for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, there is a set order of speaking. All right, there is a set order of speaking. Then what is one more very very important difference? In panel, experts can intervene in between. Okay, experts can intervene, like you see in a news channel. Okay, कोई किसी को भी बीच में काट रहा होता है. Experts can intervene in between. In symposium क्या होता है? Experts cannot intervene. Okay, in symposium what is happening? Experts cannot intervene in between. Okay, they cannot object and they cannot intervene in between. In both the methods, do we have an audience, guys? In both the methods, do we have an audience? Yes. And in both the methods, there is a feedback which is taken. Yes. Okay, so panel is 4 to 8 experts discussing a health topic in front of audience. Discuss means they are intervening. Audience is present. Yes. Specific order set speeches, no, that is in symposium. Audience can take part in both panel as well as symposium. Got it? Everybody, did you understand this? This is a very very important PYQ, keeps coming in your exams. So you need to remember what is the difference between panel discussion as well as symposium. Okay, all right. Now what is workshop? Can anyone tell me? This is also a PYQ. I'm just discussing all the PYQs, guys. Can you tell me what is a workshop? ये क्या है? What is the first one? What is the workshop over here? Answer दो. What is a workshop? Just a minute. Very good. So most of you are writing C. Absolutely correct. Okay. Workshop is series of 4 or more meetings. Remember, workshop is something that deals with skill development. Okay, that deals with developing your skill. And whenever you will leave a workshop, okay, you leave with agenda in mind. Okay, you leave with agenda in mind. आप कैसे leave करोगे? With an agenda in mind. Okay, you will leave your workshop. You will leave your workshop with an agenda in mind. Okay, it is there to help you develop your skill. So you are going to leave an agenda कि तुमको next ये करना है. Okay, so you will always leave a workshop. छोड़ दो इसको. You will leave your workshop with an agenda in mind. ठीक है, चलो. What is the first one? Discussion of 4 to 8 experts in front of an audience. ये क्या है पहला वाला? 4 to 8 experts discussing in front of an audience. What is this? 4 to 8 experts discussing in front of an audience. What is that, guys? Is it panel or symposium? This is panel. Why? Because I told you panel is 4 to 8 experts and they are discussing in front of an audience. Panel. 6 to 12 members. What is the buzzword for 6 to 12 members, guys? What is the buzzword for 6 to 12 members? कौन से mode of health communication में 6 to 12 members होते हैं? Anyone? Where do you see 6 to 12 members? In which mode of health communication? Very good. So 6 to 12 members is in a focus group discussion. Very good. Series of speeches on given subject. So since it refers to series of speeches, it is symposium. ठीक है, कैन यू सी दिस सीरीज? ठीक है, सेट स्पीचेस, सेट ऑर्डर ऑफ स्पीकिंग, सीरीज ऑफ स्पीचेस. ये हो गया हमारा सिम्पोजियम. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? So these are very important points. Please don't forget it. It can definitely come in your exams. Okay? All right. Now, what are these two? Spikes approach and gather approach. ठीक है? This is an important thing. Spikes approach क्या होता है? Anyone? These are PYQ. Although it has not been asked in FMGE exams, but definitely can come. ठीक है? Spikes approach क्या होता है? It's a technique to break bad news to a patient and family. Okay, and what is done in a spikes approach? What does, yes, like for cancer, okay, like somebody is a victim of cancer, I just can't go and say the victim or the patient you suffer from cancer, or his family that your husband or your son or whatever is having cancer. There's a way of doing it, so we'll just go through that way once. I have it written for you somewhere. Yeah, now see, this is the spikes approach. Okay, we'll set up an interview. Okay, P is we'll assess patients and families perception. What do they think? We will invite to explain, knowledge address karo, emotions, summary and strategy. Okay, this is very important. Okay, we'll be seeing all those slides, don't worry. I just wanted to show you what is spikes approach. Set up an interview, assess the patients and families understanding, unko kya samajh aata hai, how much do they know, then tell them, can I tell you? Okay, then share your knowledge, address their emotions, and finally give a summary and strategize. Okay, and what do you have? Greet approach, gather approach for everybody. What is gather approach for anybody? What is gather approach for, guys? Gather approach किस लिए है? Can anybody tell me gather approach? So remember, gather approach किसके लिए था? Gather approach is for what? This is for contraceptive counseling. Okay, this is for what? Contraceptive counseling. Very good. This is for contraceptive counseling. Okay, what does G stand for? G stands for greet the couple. Okay, पहले हमारे पास cafeteria approach था, where in just like in a canteen mess or something, the food is put on the table, you can select whichever you want. So that was a similar approach for contraceptives, but now we are providing a little more counseling into it. Okay, G stands for greet the couple. A stands for ask them what they need. Okay, T stands for tell them. Okay, what would be good for you? Tell them. H stands for help, whatever they choose, help them choose. Okay, help them choose. Now if they select, let's say IUD or OCPs, explain to them. Okay, explain them. And what is R? R means return to follow up. Okay, R means return to follow up, ask them to come back. So that is what is your gather approach, return to follow up. Okay, ask them to come back. So that is what is your gather approach. Got it? This is important. Flannel graph कुछ नहीं होता. देखो जैसे मेरा क्लास चल रहा है. Okay, and this is a green screen behind. On that I have just put a series of photographs of malaria life cycle. Okay, flannel graph is nothing but series of pictures, okay, which have been put, or series of photos or pictures which are put on a cloth or a paper, okay, and whenever you come to the class you see that pictures. So some way flannel graph becomes one way, ठीक है. आप जब भी आते हो क्लास में you will see malaria parasite का life cycle, okay, so that gets into your head. All right, okay. Coming to last thing from these, what is this? What do you think is this technique? This we all know is lecture. Just some important points. It is also known as what? Chalk and talk, okay. Is it one way or two way? We all know it is one way, okay. One way matlab, again, this is didactic. Technically lecture को 15 to 20 minutes का होना चाहिए, and audience less than 30, okay, or you can say audience up to 30, ठीक है. Audience can be up to 30. Demonstration we have just done it, ORS and scabies, ठीक है. डेमॉन्स्ट्रेशन ORS एंड स्केबीज के एप्लीकेशन के लिए मोस्ट कॉमनली आस्क्ड. FGD में रिमेंबर वी हैव द बजवर्ड 6 to 12 पार्टिसिपेंट्स, राइट. दे आर ऑल सिटिंग लाइक दिस, ऑल राइट, ऐसे करके होते हैं, सर्कल में बैठते हैं, एंड बेसिकली दिस इज एन इन दिस वी आर डूइंग इट फॉर इशूज विच वी कैन नॉट कलेक्ट क्वान्टिटेटिव डेटा, लाइक देयर इज टू मच ऑफ डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस इन अ कम्युनिटी, so we conduct FGD for such issues mostly, okay. And there's a moderator here, okay, there's a moderator, he'll just frame 11 to 13 leading questions, और यहाँ पे एक बंदा होगा जो draw करता है something which reflects the quality of FGD, which is known as sociogram. How are the people interacting, okay, are they interacting with everybody or just the moderator, okay. So this everybody sitting in a circle, this is FGD. Your buzzword will be 6 to 12 participants. अगर question में तुम्हें 6 to 12 participants दिखा, that's an FGD, okay. Look at this now. What is this? This is something like boss, project manager, Max, Lisa, सब एक circle में बैठे हैं, और बीच में Mr. K है, the moderator. This is what? This is a sociogram, okay. What does a sociogram do? So sociogram reflects the quality of FGD, okay, reflects the quality of FGD, meaning how interactive it is, okay, how interactive. I hope I'm not going too fast, okay. How interactive, is it of good quality or not? When there's a lot of interaction happening, then only we construct a sociogram, ठीक है. So sociogram reflects the what? The quality of an FGD, ठीक है, कितना interactive है वो reflect करता है. Workshop we have already done. Workshop is something which is developing a skill. So you will see there is a series of 3 to 4 meetings, or you can also see more than equal to 4 meetings. So whenever you see this word 4 and more meetings, it will become a workshop, okay. What is this? Now you can see there is one table here, one table here, one table here. This is like a workshop. We are under an expert, okay. एक ही expert होगा who will conduct a workshop, and all of us will be given tasks to solve, ठीक है. All right, conference is a macro event, okay. Conference is a macro event. Seminar is micro event. Conference बहुत दिन तक चलता है, 8 से 4 to 5 days, central level, regional level, and seminars are micro events which are happening at smaller this thing, okay. This could be a conference. Can you see simultaneously a lot of activities are happening and we are addressing a huge audience. What is this technique, guys, where someone is doing something and people are looking at him? ये क्या है? This is nothing but nukkad natak, okay. What is this? This is nothing but nukkad natak. When I talk about nukkad natak, the other name for this is also socio drama, or we can also call it as role play, okay. Nukkad natak is socio drama, or you can also call it as role play. और इसमें जो audience है, audience size, okay, audience size everybody is how much? Audience size up to कितना है? Can you tell me? This is a nukkad natak, or you can call it as a socio drama, up to 25, okay. Chalo, so that's it, what we have done. What is the most popular media for mass education of general public? What is your answer? What is the most popular media for mass education of general public? क्या है इसका आंसर? मोस्ट पॉपुलर मीडिया फॉर मास एजुकेशन ऑफ जनरल पब्लिक. टीवी, रेडियो, न्यूज़पेपर, इंटरनेट. यस, टेलीविजन. हर घर घर में टेलीविजन है. ओके, अब देखो डेल्फी, आई विल टेल यू, डेल्फी टेक्निक, जस्ट रिमेंबर, इज अ ग्रुप मेथड. नाउ व्हाट हैपन्स इन डेल्फी, एकता, डेल्फी में क्या होता है ना, like I want to do a, just listen to me everyone, okay, like I want to do a study on genetics. Am I an expert of genetics? No, I am not an expert of genetics. So what I'll do is I'll frame a questionnaire. Okay, I'll frame a questionnaire and I am going to mail this questionnaire. Okay, I am going to mail this questionnaire to some experts. Okay, I'm going to mail this questionnaire to, let's say, some experts. Okay, 6 to 12 experts ko I can mail this questionnaire. They are going to go through that questionnaire, and suppose I have 10 questions in that. Okay, they are going to give a score to each question. Okay, out of, let's say, 5, required, not required, ऐसे करके, and they will mail it back to me. All right, then what I'll do, it's like a pre-testing. Then I'm going to match the scores of each expert and I'm going to arrive to a conclusion whether I need to keep question 1, need to keep question 2 or not. And then unless and until I reach a a consensus decision making. The word here is consensus decision making. So if you see this word in the MCQ, consensus decision making, we are referring to a Delphi only. Okay, so unless we reach a consensus decision making where experts, at least 80% have agreed to some question, I will be make the changes and mail the questionnaire back to them. Okay, so it's a group method. It includes experts, not participants. Experts, consensus decision making होता है इसमें, ठीक है. And there are many rounds. Okay, unless सारे experts agree करेंगे, we'll keep on sending them the questionnaire after corrections. That is what is Delphi. Okay, Ekta, for your exam you can remember Delphi is a group approach which was asked in FMGE exams. If you see the words experts, consensus decision making, वो Delphi होता है, ठीक है. All right, loss of interpersonal communication which happened during the time of COVID. We could not meet one another. We could not go for offline classes. It is then that online took a lot of buzz, and now we know that online is actually a good thing. Okay, you're sitting at your comfort of your home. There were different ways to look at it. So what is the loss of interpersonal communication? The best thing which we do is now telecommunication. Okay, loss of interpersonal communication, everybody, is being managed by what? Checking telecommunications. Okay. All right, planning cycle, look at it. First thing, are you with me everybody? We have another 5 minutes to go. Let's have a quick look at the planning cycle also, guys. The first thing that we do is the letter A, ठीक है, और सबसे लास्ट में हम लोग करेंगे E. बट इफ़ यू रिमेंबर कम्युनिकेशन साइकिल, अभी हमने पढ़ा था कम्युनिकेशन साइकिल. कम्युनिकेशन साइकिल में ई पहले है, इवैल्यूएशन पहले है, अडॉप्शन बाद में है, ठीक है. Here A stands for analysis. Alright, we'll analyze the situation, set objectives and goals. After that, like as a medical officer, I want to reduce the infant mortality rate in my community. Okay, so that will be my goal. My objectives would be to immunize, to vaccinate. I'm going to assess the resources. Resources हमेशा PSM में 3 चीज़ होते हैं: money, material, manpower. Okay, how much money do I have, how much material do I have, how much manpower do I have to tackle the situation. Then when I address these things, I'm going to prioritize what thing I need to do first. Formulate a plan, implement, monitor and evaluation. Okay, evaluation is something which is done at the end, guys. Okay, evaluation, like you are giving your FMG exams, ठीक है. Now you can monitor every day yourself. So remember, routine, ongoing routine process है, ठीक है. मॉनिटरिंग इज ऑनगोइंग रूटीन प्रोसेस. तुम हर दिन अपने को मॉनिटर कर सकते हो, ठीक है. सो दिस इज बाय सेल्फ. by organization. Self evaluation आपको कौन कर रहा है? National Board of Examination. It is giving you 6 months to prepare, every 6 months to prepare for FMG and then evaluating you. NEET PG every 1 year to prepare and then evaluating you. ठीक है, so that is what is evaluation. Evaluation is always concerning the outcome. It is done at the end by an external body. Just a few points for you, ठीक है, but monitor हम लोग हमेशा process को करते हैं, okay, and it is done every day. So remember this planning cycle. But from the chapter of planning, see what came. Which of the following is the ultimate desired state towards which all objectives and resources are directed? What is the answer to this? It is an August 2020 question. Ultimate desired state towards which all objectives and resources are directed. क्या है इसका आंसर? Target, mission, goal, plan. Come on. Where do you want to go? What do you ultimately want to achieve? Goal. Yes. Goal को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? It is neither time bound, but technically 5 years के beyond your goal should change. Okay, you should give a limit of time 5 years. Okay, it is neither time bound, neither constrained by resources. Okay, it is neither time bound, neither is it constrained by resources, everybody. Plus goal follows all or none phenomenon. Okay, all or none phenomenon. That means either you will achieve, okay, either it is achieved or it is not achieved. ठीक है, goal क्या follow करता है? All or none phenomenon. We are either going to achieve the goal or we are not going to achieve the goal. Objective के साथ what is the word that you should remember? Objective is specific end point of all activities. ठीक है, objective क्या होता है? Specific end point of all activities. ठीक है, that is what is objective. Specific. Objective has to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, time bound, realistic. And what is target, guys? Target is nothing but degree of achievement of objective with time. Degree of achievement of, so you will just be asked the definitions. ठीक है, ultimate desired state, goal. Specific word दिखा, objective. ठीक है, degree of achievement of objective with time is target. Now let's last thing look at some techniques. ये क्या है? So we'll just look at a few techniques which can turn up in our FMG exams. This was also asked in 2020. What is the answer to this? How much time each doctor is spending with the patient on an average? They want to increase or decrease as per requirement. What management technique should this be? Jaldi bolo, what is the answer to this? This is nothing but, what is this? Model decision making, personal management or work sampling. क्या है ये guys? This is work sampling. Very good. This is work sampling. Okay. So this is what? Work sampling. This is a quantitative method of health management. Okay, देखो quantitative methods बहुत सारे होते हैं. Okay, management technique है. Cost, benefit और effective आता है. Whenever you have to see the outcome of a program in monetary terms, okay, outcome of a program in monetary terms, like that is benefit. Like we have a national AIDS control program in place, so it is saving so much money, okay, by preventing so many people from falling ill. That is cost benefit. When you have to assess outcome of a program in non-monetary terms, okay, in non-monetary terms, okay, like number of lives saved, number of heart attacks avoided, okay, all that is what? Number of lives saved, number of heart attacks avoided. ये सब तुम्हारा क्या हो जाएगा? That is your cost effective. कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग होता है किसी भी प्रोग्राम में कितना पैसा लग रहा है. ओके, मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट हियर आई वुड से इज वर्क सैम्पलिंग, कॉस्ट बेनिफिट, कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव. एंड वन मोर दैट आई वांट यू टू सी इज नेटवर्क एनालिसिस. नेटवर्क एनालिसिस क्या होता था एवरीबडी? नेटवर्क एनालिसिस इज दिस. कैन यू सी, कैन यू अप्रिशिएट दिस? व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट नेटवर्क, one second, yeah, this diagram, yeah, this is let let me go to the diagram once. Yeah, this is network analysis. Network analysis में two things था, PERT and CPM. CPM क्या है? Critical path method. Like suppose I have to increase the immunization coverage of an area. So I will be having a lot of activities, lot of events. Okay. So setting the events in a logical sequence कि पहले ये करेंगे, ये करेंगे, ये करेंगे, ये करेंगे. That is PERT. Program Evaluation Review Technique. Now out of these, look at one path which is red in color. The path which is red in color is critical path. Why is it critical path? Because this is going to take the longest duration. So which set of activities are taking the longest duration, guys? सबसे ज़्यादा time लगेगा उनको होने में. That is critical path. Okay. So since exam is very near, just for your information, remember, network analysis is when we have arranged all the activities in an order. Okay, and when we start calculating the time, and the longest path that we find is critical path method. We need to start it way before to finish my goal on time. ठीक है, all right. Like if you find medicine very tough, you should start reading it from very early. If you find some subject very tough, you need to start reading it from very early. ठीक है, that is what is that. So 2 questions. Look at this question first. Okay, PERT is a technique of, a simple MCQ came. Is it cost effective? No. Is it input output? Input means whatever manpower, money, material you are putting, out of that उसको consider करते हुए how many lives in a program we saved. So what is PERT? PERT is a technique of very good network. अभी बस इतना याद रखो, PERT is network and critical path method, guys, is a path of longest duration. Okay, that is a path of what? Longest duration. All right, one more question, last for the day. A method which compares benefits of a program without taking into account the cost. Like it's not worried about the money, I am just looking at the benefit irrespective of the cost. Okay, मैं benefits देख रही हूँ, like number of lives saved, number of heart attacks avoided. I am not worried about the money. क्या है? No, Lakshmi has got it correct. Everybody has got it. That is cost effective. देखो, cost benefit क्या होता है? Input is also money, and when I look at the output, that is also money. Okay, cost effective क्या होता है, guys? Okay, when we talk about cost effective, input can be money, but output is in the form of what? Okay, output is in the form of life saved, heart attacks avoided. Okay, heart attacks avoided, all of those things. Okay, so that is what is cost effective. Clear? Okay, for your FMGE exams, you have to remember certain techniques which I told you: cost benefit, cost effective, network analysis, work sampling. अभी के लिए इतना काफ़ी है because exams are just around the corner. Okay, so I think I've summed up this topic for you as well. Okay, now we are left with a few things like national health programs. So I'm going to take a class of national health programs, guys, next week. Okay, tomorrow we'll take a break, or if time permits, I'll put a class for NHPs tomorrow, but I will definitely be taking a class for national health programs pretty soon with all the updates. So another 1 or 2 days and we can have the national health program. But अगर time लगा तो I will try to put the class for tomorrow. Okay, have some work. If I can squeeze in some time, we will have national health program tomorrow, or otherwise we will have it next week with all the updates. ठीक है, so I will be taking that class very soon. ठीक है, so for now you can keep revising whatever lectures have been taken. Okay, and in NHP only I will be including important diseases like rabies, respiratory infection, tetanus management and measles. Okay, those 4 diseases FMG exams में ना 4 diseases जो सबसे expected है, guys. Okay, one last class that we will have, I will be including rabies, I will be including pneumonia management, I will be including tetanus and measles and JE. Okay, these are the diseases का question which is most expected for our FMG exams. We can't discuss all the diseases. So for FMG क्या NEET PG में भी यही डिजीजेज आते हैं, मैनेजमेंट ऑफ रेबीज, ARI, टेटनस, मीजल्स. सो उसका एक क्लास होगा. जस्ट कीप लुकिंग आउट फॉर ऑन द टेलीग्राम ग्रुप, इंस्टाग्राम एज वेल एज यूट्यूब फॉर द link. If time permits, I'll try to take this tomorrow, or we are going to have it next week. But next week, whenever we have, it will not be at 12 p.m. guys. The time will be slightly changed, maybe at 4 p.m. Okay, I will be letting you know. Just keep out for the links. So programs and diseases का एक class होगा, and the final thing will be top 50 images something, which will be towards 19th or 20th. Okay, so that is it. I'll try to take it tomorrow, have some work, but let me see if we can squeeze in time. I will definitely take it tomorrow. Okay, all right, so that you get time to revise. All right, bye bye, have a good day, keep studying everyone, see you soon.